Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. DAPs.
And I'm Johnny 5.
And I'm Haley.
And I'm Cameron.
And why are you Johnny 5
There's like
tonight?
There's really good art on the wall.
There is incredible art
Let's just
on the
leave
wall.
with that.
That's it. So shout out to, and there's 5 because there's the 5 emotions. So we'll have it pretend that that's the 5 reason, but that's just really.
We'll pretend it won't really be the 5 reason.
It's the 5 reason. We're all gonna
it is
agree
the 5
to
reason,
move forward in life as if that's
not,
the 5 reason. Yeah. It's your imaginary 5 reason.
It's round 2 of
Yep.
a accidentally muted Geeks Corner. So instead of going back, we had a muted Geeks Corner once before. You remember this?
Yes,
and
I
we
do.
went back in and we
did director's commentary
through the entire thing. So there's nothing you can hear other than us be like, oh yeah, this is the part where we decided that we whatever.
Yep.
That was a fun episode.
Yeah.
I'm sad I missed this because you could have
It's
so much
still
fun.
online somewhere.
Well, Gary Sinise really took good direction in this.
It was a fun episode, and if you're watching online, please join us on Twitter for the conversation with the hashtag Geeks Corner, and we'd be happy to chat with you and try to keep up with that. We got Christy in the back. Mikey Likey was really working on his lip reading skills on our first attempt, and Miss Bailey C says, tonight on Geeks Corner, try reading lips because sound is not working. But now we have sound. So,
I don't think I have anything written on my lips. Like, even if you zoomed in, you wouldn't see anything.
It can be arranged.
yes, it's true. Mikey
dang.
Likey got to hang out with Murray the Bellhop, though, this week in Epcot. We are a little bit jealous because I think it would be fun to be in Florida right now.
Yeah.
They had a
I've
thunderstorm
heard
tonight.
The heat is not good right now, though, so
But they had a
maybe we
thunderstorm.
don't want to be there.
Because Murray said it's been pouring all evening, and that
I
just
don't
sounds
wanna
wonderful.
Be there for sure.
Oh, I love the rain. I think it'd be funny.
And
Let's-
Florida is built to be inside. Like, they understand their own weather.
Well, he wanted to watch fireworks.
Yeah, it's a way to make it happen.
He said they were really good. He liked them better than Wishes. So, I don't know. Anyway, that's our excitement for the night. The Disneyland All-American College Band. Say that fast 5 times. Can you do it?
All-American College Band.
No, Disneyland All-American College Band.
Disneyland All-American College Band. Disneyland All-American College
Okay,
Band.
now you
Disneyland
start.
All-American College Band. Disneyland
He said
All-American
what he
College
said,
Band.
what he said, what he said, what he said.
Okay, you win. They began performing at the Disneyland Resort on Thursday, I guess it was, and they perform at Disney California Adventure in the Hollywood Backlot stages at 3, and then they're at Disneyland at 5:15, 6:15, 7:15, and 8:15, somewhere around Main Street, somewhere. All of those. Whether
Listen
it's
for music and drift toward them.
drums, you hear the drums coming, and you just chase the drums, and you know you're going to end up with the college band.
In everyday life, if you just hear drums, it's a better idea to go
To run away.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Disneyland, go toward
Run
the drums always. It might be janitors, it might be Green Army Men, it might be a full college band. You don't know.
Yeah, it's great. So they've come back, and we just lost our audio or our stream. This is a great night. We didn't change the battery. We'll keep talking about the college band. Oh, it's back.
Yes.
So they're performing. They're actually really good this year. I've been impressed with them starting out. You got to see them, right? Is that what you're saying,
yes,
Cameron?
they're very
Which
good.
set did you get to see? Or
I
was
got
it
to
multiple?
catch. I got a few different things. I caught them doing the Haunted Mansion homage, which was fantastic.
Isn't that hilarious?
It's so good.
And then they do Tiki Room.
Yep, right after.
Yeah, that's at the castle set. That's a great one. Do you have a favorite set?
Our producer was standing and it made me nervous.
I know, it's making me nervous. They're all like,
Lovely faces.
what's going on?
Well, now she's
We
there.
have a monitor. It's great. Have you ever seen the college band?
Yeah, not this year.
Oh, okay. I assume
I helped you film it a couple years.
I know.
Yeah.
That's great.
I've seen him.
Do you have a favorite set for those that have seen multiple sets? This is going to be one of
I
those.
like when they introduce all the people.
They've changed that. It's shorter now. I kind of miss
Really?
the old way.
Oh.
Because they used to have each person go out and do their special thing, and now they introduce each person and they do like a section little
Oh, okay.
moment of whatever. Yeah, anyway.
Cool.
I like the
Party on Garth.
7:15 set at Train Station. They played Bubbles Was a Cheerleader. It's one of the best songs ever. It's also their theme song, which is why I think really that's the only reason they keep playing it is because it's the theme song. Because all these other songs are pretty up to date or at least somewhat relevant, and then you have this March weird song that's really fun and quirky. And I can just think of the name Bubbles Was a Cheerleader. What do you think that means?
I assume it's a song about a girl named Bubbles.
See, and I always assumed it was a song about a clown that was named Bubbles that was also a cheerleader.
Huh.
Like,
Or a
I don't
fish.
know.
A fish named Bubbles.
It could be a fish.
Yeah.
It could be like a Finding Nemo character that you actually never knew yet.
Just off screen the entire time.
Yeah, and
Rooting
appears
for
in
everyone.
Finding Dory. Maybe they
So
should
Bubbles
add
the
the
cheerfish.
So it wasn't a call back, but a call forward.
Yeah, it was the look
Okay.
forward.
Pixar does that, I tell
Oh,
you.
yes.
They're creepy like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do play. Jason is awesome. Says I think the American College Band plays on the parade route before the Paint the Night, and they do. I think I can
Yes,
hear
they do.
myself. And
There's something.
they do a pre-parade that goes all the way down, heading south from Small World. And good luck catching all of those. You're gonna have to wait to catch each one of those. That's the only one we haven't filmed yet. But we'll be posting videos of them throughout the summer, and it's always fun. And I think it's one of our highlights for the summer. Another thing regarding parades.
Speaking of pre-parades.
Pre-parades. The Inside Out pre-parade came to Disneyland Resort this Friday in Disney, California. Has everybody seen it?
I saw the video.
You saw the video?
not in
Video.
person.
But did you see the video?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So what did you think? First off,
I think they
what was your initial impression? Actually, first off, like the first moment you saw it, what was that emotion that that went through you?
Is conflicted, but like good conflicted. Like
Okay.
just gears were turning opposite directions on this one. I wasn't
As
sure.
in kind of like an I don't get it kind of a
No,
confliction, or
I
as
got
in
it.
okay.
And as I listened more, I kind of jumped forward to where they were in frame.
Yeah.
So I'm sure I
is
missed
a
whatever
great
audio
idea.
was before that. But it slowly dawned on me.
It was
this
juggling you missed.
No, I saw the juggling.
Oh,
Like I
okay.
made sure I saw all
I
the
was like,
people.
you like the
but
juggling.
yeah. Like once the voiceover happened, I'm like, they're all the way down there. Let's just speed this up.
Let's see who's
Um,
talking.
So I liked the juggling. That all made sense because we've seen the movie, and you two haven't. Okay. Yeah, up high. So having seen the movie, the juggling actually made sense. Like it was a cool carnival trick, but
Uh-huh.
like plot-wise, it made sense. And I liked that each of the emotions basically all recorded new dialogue that was responding to being a pre-parade in California adventure. Like it was very meta, and I liked that. So
What do you think?
I just used meta.
Well,
That happened.
no, I didn't really pay much attention to the audio. I think I just like saw a glimmer of it on like Instagram or
And you're like,
something.
oh, that's
so-
fun.
Yeah, I thought they looked good.
Yeah, I think
They
they
talk
look
about
great.
like what's that smell? Churros? It might be churros. Like they're talking about the actual place that they are right now. They're not like, oh, we're in Arendelle and we're presented like, they're like hey, look at all these weird people
Which-
taking pictures
Why
of
would you
us.
pick
Like,
that?
That's kind of a weird thing for them to be that self-aware.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, it's a
Yeah.
see the movie. It's a very
No,
self-aware
I mean
movie.
for a Disney character or a
Yeah.
Pixar character, like that's not
To break the fourth
the
wall
way
that
they
much.
usually do. Like usually they're still in their story
Yeah.
and not in California Adventure or.
But that is them being in their story because they're in somebody's
So they can
head
get away
looking
with
out
it.
at the outside world. So them
So really, they
emotions
just
breaking the fourth
turned
wall,
the entire world into somebody's brain.
basically.
That or the float is
Waltz.
an exploded brain.
Yeah. That reminds me of Galaxy Quest,
Yes.
and it
Yes.
exploded. I love that part.
But
Yeah.
the fourth castle stayed.
So you two saw the movie. What were your initial thoughts without any spoilers?
Liked it. I really liked it.
Liked it as
Right.
in
Yeah.
2 thumbs up.
Yeah, 2 thumbs up.
What would you rate it against all the other movies you've seen this year?
I-
Or how would you rate it?
Well, I haven't seen any other movies this
You
year.
haven't?
really.
Okay, so in the last 2 years.
Is it?
You saw Age of Ultron.
Yeah, I saw Age of Ultron. Like, I'm
You were
Yeah,
there.
wait a minute.
Shh,
It's better than Age
Right
of
next
Ultron?
to me.
That wasn't a movie. That was
completely
an
different
experience.
film. Very, very different film. So, yeah, it was a much more emotional film. I cried a lot.
That's not
It
saying a
is
lot,
the
but-
fun. Like, it just is an emotional movie, and it's about emotions.
Okay.
And the emotions have emotions, and that's
So bring your Kleenex.
weird.
What do you think? Did you cry?
Yes.
Okay. Do you cry a lot in movies?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So that's,
me too. Up high.
I was like, this is
Now
not
we
a
get
good
our
way to
high
find
five.
out about the emotional depth of this movie.
Yeah. So, but I did really like it, but in a way that I wouldn't want to watch it
Over and over and
nonstop,
over again?
Over and over again. 'Cause
So not like The Lion King for a bunch of kids in the 90s where they watched it
Sure.
over and over and over.
You'll be crying
Like,
for 2 hours straight.
compared to other movies
Really?
earlier this year.
2 hours of tears?
No.
Okay.
Not exactly.
I was like, that almost makes me not want to see it. But I'm like, I
it's-
don't want to put that much into a movie.
I had a unique experience because I went with my friends who had a 4-year-old daughter. And the movie is about an 11-year-old daughter in a family type situation, and I could see the mom crying at very different times because I think she was looking at it. It deals a lot with being 11 and what's going on in your brain and all that kind of stuff. So the mom was kind of like foreshadowing
Preview
what we're
coming
going to go
attractions.
through with this kid. Yeah. So it's predictable in that if you've ever been 11, you know the kind of things that are going to happen in your brain.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of how are they going to portray that.
And that's actually really impressive that they
yeah.
nailed it then.
Yeah. And then there was actually one moment that I could tell was built to make me cry, and it didn't affect me at all because I could tell
You're already ready for it.
I was ready for it, and I knew
Your emotional
there was a
walls went
certain
up.
character that was introduced, and I knew ahead of time what had to happen with that character. So when it finally happened, it made sense, and I could feel the emotional weight of it, but it didn't affect me the way that I could tell it was built to. Not to give away too many spoilers, but
Jason Awesome says, Johnny's sitting on the chair. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to Inside Out Parade.
did you not like the Inside Out
Mikey
Parade?
Likey
Is that what
says,
that's
I
implying?
saw
don't-
Inside Out last night. What a fantastic film. Pixar got me right in the feels again. Go figure, it's about feelings. And Disney Smurf 12 says, loving the hidden Inside Out Zoom Zoom on the set.
Ah, she wins.
Thanks to
First person
Haley.
to point
And everybody noticed the really awesome artwork that Haley did tonight.
the one that I called out at the beginning of this episode.
I know, but we're pointing it out again because now we're actually talking about Inside Out, and that's where my brain
Yay.
lives.
Also,
So the
lava.
question's been asked for the two of you since we haven't seen it yet. How would you rate Inside Out with other Disney or other Pixar films? I almost said Disney Pixar. I became that person.
I haven't thought about it thoroughly enough to rank them yet.
Do you have a gut like though, like just
the-
kind of like initially?
Take Toy Story 3 and Up and put them in a blender, and what you will get out is about the emotional journey of Inside Out. I think.
So
Just
it's-
kind of coming up with this
So you're
right
saying
now.
it's the most emotional movie they've. I mean,
Probably. I don't know.
it's the biggest emotional roller coaster of a movie. Would that be safe to say?
Yeah.
And how would you rate it as
Yeah.
in liking it? Because that could be exhausting also.
Yeah. Actually, I would rate it pretty high. I don't.
So it
I
places
don't-
towards the top of those
Toward the
movies.
Yeah.
Top quarter, top third.
Yeah. Top quarter. I'd say.
Okay. How about
Yeah.
you? Same?
I mean, 'cause
different?
compared to the movies you listed, even I would say I enjoyed it more than those.
What would you have said last week before seeing this your favorite Pixar movie is?
I get tied. I really like Monsters Inc. and I really like Finding Nemo, but that's like from a
Interesting.
nostalgia.
Monsters Inc. was
like,
Pete Docter too, right?
aspect.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Same director.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Cool. Very cool. That's good to know.
It's also based on sound science. Like I looked it up, and they consulted with Paul Ekman, I think,
Mhm.
who did the basis of research that they based Lie to Me, the TV show, off
Oh,
of.
okay.
He's the micro expressions guy.
Okay. Cool.
So
Yeah.
there's actual
That's a good
little like
one.
beings in my head controlling emotions.
Actually, he identified 6 core emotions, and they took out surprise because it was too much like fear.
Cool.
And the other 5 are from his research.
So as you may have guessed, it's hot outside. We're moving on because we're behind schedule.
Sleeveless.
It's warm. Like I don't know why he's wearing a sweatshirt because that's just crazy.
Also
It looks
sleeveless.
good.
He's wearing a sweat vest.
Yes.
So
So
it's very sweaty.
Jessica Prell wrote 5 tips to safely surviving Disneyland in the heat. She was going to be here, but she succumbed to the heat. Not really.
Oh.
Did she get the vapor? Like what?
Whoosh.
She melted outside.
No, she had doggy drama, so so she couldn't be here. But we're going to read her tips very quickly, and you can read the whole article. But I'm going to breeze through this since she's not here. First one is hydrate. Good. Second one's keep cool. We're kind of failing at that tonight. One
I'm
tip.
pretty cool.
You beat me to the pun.
Thank you. Thank you.
One thing she says is try wearing light layers that are light colors. So Haley wins for that one. Sunscreen. I think we're okay here tonight for that one. Like I don't think it's that bright, is it? We're good. Pace
We're
yourself.
under 5 lights.
And she says to listen to your body, know your limits, slow down, that kind of stuff. And then also she says know the warning signs for dehydration and heat exhaustion and all that stuff. And she gives some links so that you can prepare yourself. Check out the article because it's hot and it's going to be hot and it's going to be hot all summer and then all fall. And then sometime in November it might cool down if we're lucky.
For like 2 days.
And,
Yeah.
and you guys will get the lucky, now that you know about this, you'll get to watch us come like October, September, in August, I guess too. I'm going backwards. It gets really miserably hot in here. Like,
Oh, goody! I forgot about that.
yeah. I mean, it's not as bad as the old studio because that was way worse. There was no windows. We have windows here, but
No
it's
doors.
it gets really hot. So you can have fun watching us squirm and die and wish we were in Minnesota or something. I don't know, somewhere way cooler.
I will never wish that upon anyone. No. Sorry, Minnesota.
He's from there.
I know.
So next, character dining is a good activity to get out of the heat in the day, I guess, or something.
Sure.
But Amanda did a really great article on what you need to know about character dining at the Disneyland Resort. You can read that too to find out about it. But my question for us is, where's your favorite place to go and dine with characters?
Ooh, options.
Mm-hmm. Do you need
I
some
abstain.
ideas? You have Disney's PCH Grill, Goofy's Kitchen, Storytellers, Ariel's Grotto, Plaza Inn. I think that's all of them. I personally think you would like Goofy's Kitchen because they serve breakfast there, and it's
Okay.
all food that you would like.
I was like, I
As
don't
they
really
do
like
at Plaza
food.
Inn, but I think you'd like Goofy better than Minnie.
Yeah.
I would argue. I liked Plaza Inn. Or at
For the
least
food
I've-
better or for the characters better?
characters better. At least
Okay.
my experience over there has been better. I haven't.
There
gone
are
to
some
Goofy's as
fantastic
much.
characters there.
I've had a lot of stuff with the 100 Acre Woods characters specifically. That's very good outside.
They are hilarious.
They're really fun. But that's been my experience. I've really
And
enjoyed them.
you like the food there too?
Yes, food was good, especially later with the chicken. Oh, the chicken.
I love the chicken.
My favorite character.
Oh, go ahead, no.
If you haven't, do you have an answer?
Kind of.
Okay.
I
was-
kinda think
was
she
trying to
does,
buy you
but-
time.
I'm sad because I haven't been to Plaza Inn since I was a kid.
Oh.
So I don't.
You have the
remember
memories.
it
You don't
as
even
well.
have the memories.
Not really. I have pictures, but not memories.
Okay, so where have you been?
I have been to Goofy's Kitchen recently.
Mhm.
Storytellers.
Storytellers
and-
has a decent breakfast.
Yeah, it was fine. It.
I honestly haven't been 100% blown away by it. Like, I've gone in and enjoyed it, but I kind of, in the back of my mind, going, did I just spend that much on in other dining locations? I feel like I get more for my money.
Yeah,
But,
I have only been there like once, and I stayed the night at the Grand Californian with my friends, and then we like stayed up all night, watched the sunrise, and we're like, why don't we go to Storytellers? So it was like more magical of an
So it's that,
experience
like,
after.
Most college guys are like, hey, let's stay up all night and get donuts. Except you went to a real restaurant.
yes.
instead of
Those
a
are
donut.
in the Grand
Yes.
Californian
Yes.
villas, and then
In general.
Did you ever do that?
people.
Did you ever do that? Stay up all night for donuts?
I
stayed
grew
up-
up in the country. We stayed up all night and then had Mama cook something for us.
Okay, well that works too.
I stay up all night and get Starbucks. My favorite character dining location is Coke Corner. If you sit outside and eat, you will get Mary Poppins and Bert and Alice and the Mad Hatter, and they come in and have a good time. So that's my character dining place.
And the Disneyland band walks by.
Yeah, it's beautiful. There's like a
Disney
and everybody
Smurf
else.
12 says, just spent my birthday at Goofy's Kitchen. Best golden birthday ever. Very happy birthday to you. I like Goofy's Kitchen a lot. I think that's a fun place, and it's crazy.
and I like anywhere that has Mickey waffles.
That's waffles.
So-
Really, like you could just waffles, and I'm happy.
And if they're Mickey shaped, they taste better.
It's true.
It's science.
just get
And you can
3
eat
regular
more.
waffles.
You know, it's not, it has to be made that way to taste.
Made with magic.
Thank you.
So you like Belgian waffles more than
Yeah, I like the Belgian
Brussels
waffles.
Yes.
Yes, freedom waffles.
yes. Yes.
Okay.
I just had this conversation like a week ago. Yes.
So did we everybody pick where they liked the best?
Yeah.
Okay, we're good. Then we'll move right along. I can't read what we're doing next. Oh, I know what we're doing next. We're not being happy anymore. So yesterday, right?
2 days ago.
2 days.
This-
No, it was last night. Last night it was discovered that James Horner's airplane had crashed up in Ventura County, kind of near Santa Barbara, and they weren't sure if he was on the plane, but then it turned out he was the one that was piloting the plane. So one of the, I would argue, greatest composers that was living is now no longer, and he has a fantastic resume. From Braveheart to Star Trek, he did a couple films, to Titanic, he was very well known for, to Apollo 13, to Field
Avatar.
of Dreams, Avatar. He has an enormous catalog of music. And really will change a lot of the future of movies, because he's one of the few composers I feel like that was still around that really tells a story with everything he writes. And he's one of those composers where you listen to his soundtrack and you know exactly where you're at in the movie by what's going on in the music. And I think that's what makes for a fantastic soundtrack, is if you can close your eyes, listen to 15 seconds of a song and know this is what's happening right now, you know, Apollo 13's lifting off or whatever. So what's your favorite soundtrack of his? Or do you have any thoughts? Because I just talked a really long time. I know, I'm sorry. It happens.
I am not knowledgeable about who wrote what, so I was Googling this beforehand. And the one that I saw that clicked with me the most was Jumanji.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Just because it's a fun movie. But also, I think it's a very diverse movie. Like, the reality you're in keeps changing. So to musically represent that, I think, was a very interesting thing. So.
Mine would definitely be Braveheart. A lot more nostalgia. Looking back, it's not as good as I remember, but the music holds up.
It's true.
But I really enjoy that he was able to take specific culturally relevant instruments and have them as a focus, rather than I know a lot of composers will just take a string section and make that carry the melody. He wasn't afraid to take a single instrument, put it out there, and have one song in particular, Gift of a Thistle, has a beautiful overarching theme on a single instrument. And I think good choices like that.
He did a fantastic job with that one. I think he is one of these generations that as they leave, I don't see it really anybody stepping up to the plate right now. And it'll be curious to see how soundtracks evolve in the next 5 or 10 years, as these guys and girls no longer are writing, to see where it goes. What's your definition? I said my definition of a good soundtrack. Would you guys have similar, different? Like, what do you want out of a good soundtrack?
I don't think it should take away from the movie. I think there's a balance to it that you almost can't separate them, but it's uplifting what is happening on the screen, and that's what creates that really dramatic connection of recalling what's happening in the film because of the soundtrack. It's always building it.
Yeah, and sometimes recognizing less is more. We did an interesting thing at Star Wars Celebration where we went and a guy took different moments in The Empire Strikes Back where they'd cut music. And the music had been recorded because John Williams basically recorded the entire movie as a symphony. And then they went through the process and edited it, and it was really interesting hearing these moments that are silent, and when you put music in, it really ruined the moment. Like, at one point it was during the training, I think it was a different musical piece that John Williams had written, but it was when Yoda and Luke are training in the swamp, and like he's jumping on the trees and stuff, and originally it was a really whimsical, comical music that kind of jumped all around, and literally everybody in the room started laughing at it. And it totally ruined that training moment, and it was really indicative of what a good composer and editor has to do as they're building their soundtrack.
Yeah.
What is your...
Similar. Like, it's almost like editing where you shouldn't notice it, but if you take it out, you would notice it's not there, or if you do the wrong kind of music, you'll notice it. And I had a similar experience where the composer who did Lost in Space, the movie, showed, here's what I wrote based on what the director asked me to write, and I gave it to him, and I knew already it was wrong, so I wrote my other thing. So I presented, here it was the final chase sequence at the end, and it's like, okay, here's the music you asked for. And he played it for the director, and then you could see the director's face, like, it didn't work like I hoped it would. And he's like, okay, well, I played around with something else, let's try this one too, and he put that in, and that's what ended up being in the movie. So you can tell, you can't just play any music. You can play Benny Hill in almost any situation.
Any of them. Fast forward it just a little bit.
Yeah. But, it's sometimes appropriate and sometimes not. So.
Yeah, and that's interesting you mentioned that, because I believe the way James Horner would compose is he'd watch the movie, and then he would basically compose what he felt would fit in, and that's the process he would go through.
Nice.
And but he will be missed, and it'll definitely leave, I think, a big, huge hole in the soundtrack composing community, and I hope we see some new composers pop in that can really create individual themes and tell a story with their music, as opposed to this mood music stuff that's kind of fun, but at the same time, my biggest complaint for Jurassic World was listening to that soundtrack as many times as I have, I cannot tell you what's happening in the movie most of the times, except for the times they use John Williams music.
Well,
Right.
you also haven't
And-
seen it, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have seen it?
I did.
What?
I'm sorry.
We're spending all this time making sure we can
I'm
see
going
it
with you guys, though.
We can see it tomorrow if you want, because he's already seen
No,
it.
I'm going to go with you guys.
No, because he wants to see
Um,
a reaction.
Yeah, it's really about your reactions. But,
I didn't know you
This jerk right here. Tweet
Anyway.
hashtag Geeks Corner, hashtag betrayal, hashtag,
hashtag I'm married.
hashtag.
But anyway,
Meh.
you do need to have that story, and you do need to have that type of music, I think, and it's gonna be missed.
Mhm.
Anything else on that?
Hashtag.
What a downer we ended on. Yeah, we can show the train. So we have a train here now, and it's go a little faster.
Mush. Mush.
There you go.
You know what's really engaging to watch on YouTube is the people you're watching turn around and look behind them for like a solid 20 seconds.
Don't you love that when people are on TV too and they look at the screen behind them through the whole thing?
Yeah.
You can keep going. It'll go around.
Did it stop on its own?
Or did it
Is it
stop?
stuck?
Oh, so apparently this isn't working as well as we had. We
Push.
I don't know. We're running out of time. Anyway, so we will see you around the corner, hopefully with
Geek out.
less tech issues next week. So we'll see you around the corner.
Geek out.